as your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
This is Night Dreams Talk Radio Network News, and I'm James Creechbaum. There's a UFO report from Florida on February 17th in Lake Mary. And here's the witness report. Observed an orange star-like object driving into work on Lake Mary Boulevard, stopped at traffic light on Lake Mary Boulevard and Lake Emma, and witnessed a star-like object, orange object. So I decided to record it, not realizing that there was an object above it with all kinds of lights, a long cigar shape. Got to work at 3300 Exchange Place, Lake Mary, and decided to get my camera and started recording to see if I could find the object, and I got it on camera. Then I saw another object to the bottom right, plus the orange one, and a cigar one, which was high up. Then all of a sudden, an object which was green appears above the cigar object and beams down at something in the ground and then disappears. I continued to record until I had to go to work. Well, here's another one. A respected astronomer says FRBs could be anything, aliens included. Now, respected astronomer says that FRBs could be anything, aliens included as well. Now, a Harvard scientist says a recently discovered pattern of fast radio bursts, that's FRBs, ought to make us stop and think. It might be a natural phenomena, or it could be something else, says the respected astronomer. It doesn't seem as random. In fact, the burst is predictable. It's been repeating every 16 days. Hollow Earth. Do we share our planet with an inner inhabitants? Certain researchers swear the Earth is shaped like a giant donut and that holes at the poles provide an entrance into the inner lands. Not so, shouts another group. Entrance to the interior world can be gained only by entering a cave and discovering the subterranean tunnels. Most of the people who claim to have visited the inner lands arrive there through old mine shaft caves, subterranean tunnels. Others claim to have traveled through extinct volcanoes. Mars. Was Mars inhabited with life in the past? Recently, the Curiosity apparatus took an analysis of the soil, and thanks to which it was possible to establish that 3.5 billion years ago, the soil on the red planet was the same as on the Earth. This is not the first study confirming the guises of scientists. However, somewhere 100% should be the remains of creatures, because before there was also water on Mars with a suitable level of acidity. The chances of finding life will increase this year when NASA launches a new rover. In the meantime, scientists are building theories and are content with the existing results of scientific activity. A scary, venomous sea creature was caught in Texas. Bizarre footage shows the moment in which a puzzled fisherman confronts a spooky sea creature whose sting may cause agonizing pain for hours. At first glance, I thought I snagged some seaweed. Then I laughed, because that was definitely not a fish nor seaweed. It was like an oversized earthworm ready for combat. Now, the fishermen sent photos and videos to the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife. They identified her catch as a bearded fireworm. Should count herself lucky that she did not touch it. The bristles, when flared, can penetrate human skin, injecting a powerful neurotoxin and producing intense irritation and painful burning sensation. Thousands of bees attack police and firefighters responding to a sting report. First responders to a 911 call in Pasadena, California were met with an estimated 30 to 40,000 aggressive bees. A 911 call over someone getting stung by a bee in Pasadena, California, spiraled into a wild situation, with first responders, including firefighters and police, getting attacked by an aggressive swarm of an estimated 30 to 40,000 bees, and multiple people being taken to the hospital. A beekeeper, he was called to the scene, removed the hive, which had been located between the eaves and the roof of the hotel, so that the remaining bees would not return and will presumably make their home in another location. And all 2 firefighters, 1 police officer, and 2 civilians went to the hospital to be treated. Other people were stung but declined medical assistance. Next news break, top of the hour.
From the top of the world in beautiful Gig Harbor, Washington. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide. Well, good evening or morning, depending on your time zone. This is Gary. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Get ready for a great guest tonight. Terry Lovelace, talking about his UFO encounter, abduction, implant, and more. Find yourself an easy chair. Get yourself a nice cup of chocolate milk, or hot cocoa, I should say. Get yourself a nice blanket. Put a log in that fire. And we're going to take you for a real ride tonight. With aliens, UFOs, abductions, implants. Stay tuned. It's coming now. Well, James, you about ready for a great show?
I am. I've got my jacket. We got a full tank of gas, so let's get on this ride.
Do we have regular or do we have premium in it?
Oh, we have the high octane. We're good to go.
Okay, we are set. We're going to get Terry on in a second here. Hi, Terry. This is Gary on Night Dreams Talk Radio. How
Hi,
you
this
doing?
is Terry Lovelace. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave me a message and I'll get back with you as quick as I can. It's important that I speak with you.
Oh, Terry. What can I say? That happens, quite often, James.
I have noticed these things. I guess we're going to have to call him again, or maybe you want me to see if I can get a hold of him.
Well, we'll see, because I've been in contact with him through emails all day. So
okay.
Well. Are you there, Terry?
I am.
I am. Yes. Well, we got your answering machine first, but now we got you. Or are you you? Are you an alien disguised as you? How do we know that you're not the real Terry Lovelace?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gary.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's a pretty strange weekend.
Well, it could be. A lot of things are going on strange right now. You know that.
I watched the news, and I've been especially interested in the things out of Colorado that were so prevalent a couple months back. Evidently, the drones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, evidently there's a FBI investigation going on in that. There's not been a definitive answer what those things were, where they came from, or even, if they were drones or what.
Yeah, and why were they in the massive reportings? It was just not a few. It was a lot of people reporting and seeing them.
Yeah, it's an interesting geographical issue there. I was talking to Robert Hastings, who wrote Nukes and UFOs some while back. Great book. And that's an area that's covered with Minutemen Minuteman III ICBM silos all over the place.
Oh, yeah. And maybe they were, well, I hate to say it, maybe not from our planet. And they were scoping out our defense systems.
It could be. It could be. There's a long history of UFOs and nukes. You know, I was on a nuclear base for 6 years, and it was a common occurrence to have them, you know, buzzing the bunkers where they kept the nukes and visiting the silos. So, yeah, hundreds of people have come forward.
Yeah, it's scary. You know, it lets us know that actually, if something ever went on, do you think, seriously, that the military could protect us? Because, I mean, look how long it took them to respawn about these drones. And it's just these reports of UFOs are increasing. And people saying that they've been abducted is increasing. And I think people are not scared as much to bring out what happened to them.
You know, I think that's right. I just came back from UFO Con in San Francisco, where I was there for 4 days, and I'll tell you, there was quite a crowd there. And I was amazed at the people who told me, this is my first UFO conference. So, yeah, there's an uptick in the interest in this, and there's a reason for that.
I think so. I don't know. What do you think is going on with these UFOs? I get people on my show, I'll be honest with you, they'll say that when they've been abducted, that they were told that to spread love and peace. I've had other guests that claim they've been abducted and said that there's 25 million cloaked UFOs going around Earth to protect Earth from invasion. I mean, what do you think is happening?
You know, I'm like you. I hear so much. I had dinner with David Adair after the UFO Congress last year, and he had some very interesting things to say about a 2012 solar flare that could have disrupted worldwide telecommunications and really done a lot of damage on Earth, and that UFOs intervened and deflected that. I don't know how many David Adair fans we have out there, but I can tell you, sit down and have dinner with the guy. Very, very credible guy.
I don't know. I got the other feeling, okay? I feel that something is going down. It's maybe not what we were prepared for. I don't think they're friendly. Now, also, we had Whitley on, Stryber, the other day. And,
yes.
His whole thing has changed. He doesn't now feel that maybe they're aliens from another planet. He doesn't know what they are. But whatever it is with his implant, they're communicating now with him. Now, he's changed totally from what he's been saying all these years. It makes me wonder what is going on. Maybe people are grasping at straws at this point because nobody has any answers, but something is going on. You've been implanted. Again,
yes.
Whitley's been implanted. Timothy Collins been implanted. And one or two other of my guests, claim that they've been implanted. And I don't know. I don't know why people are being implanted. Why? What is the purpose to be implanted? I don't know.
It could be something just simply beyond our ability to comprehend. I don't know. Did Whitley mention his time in South Dakota last June?
No, we didn't talk about that at all. We talked about, how he got implanted, the night it happened. Then we got into, actually the first half an hour we were talking about the global superstorm that him and Art Bell wrote. Because that book, I'll be honest with you, is starting to come true.
Yeah.
It really is. It was just off 25 years. And with time, really, how do you predict time? But a lot of that stuff in that book is now slowly starting to happen. But then we got into his latest book, and that's where he's saying that the implant is communicating with him. And told him to write the last book, and he's writing another book that they're instructing him to write. So I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, I read his book, A New World, and in it, he talks about the conference in South Dakota that I attended with him last year. There were just about 10 of us, and it was